Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about the energies of the new moon in Scorpio that's going to be happening on November 19th. The energy of the new moon does feel, it does carry a little bit of this, not a little bit, a lot of bit of the Mercury retrograde energy. We're like basically still smack dab in the center of Mercury retrograde at the moment, which started on November 9th, and we will be about 10 days into it at that point. So a lot of you are going to be a lot of things are going to be coming up to review for you. This could be emotions, this could be situations, this could be really anything. But I'm getting it's going to be a lot of emotions, situations, and personal reflections about who you are as a person, and the ways that parts of you need to sort of go through the death card transformation or die away still. And this has been happening throughout all of this year because we're still in the year of the snake. And the theme of this year for me in particular has been transformation, but I've noticed that theme going through for a lot of people. So transforming in many ways, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. And I feel like that's going to continue on into 2026. And it's even happening on the world stage. I feel like huge structures that we've always counted on, this could be governments, religions, whatever the case may be, have gone through this huge tumultuous period of disruption. And that is not only rocking institutions, but it's also impacting people who frequent, or even those people that are sort of in the periphery of those institutions, maybe their family and friends are. And it's kind of like, it's a thing that's those things that have always been around. And now all of our norms and traditions, everything is being challenged, I feel like, on the world scene. Some for the better and some for the worse, depending on your perspective. But yeah, that's the energy I think that is coming in with Scorpio. Scorpio rules the esoteric and the hidden. And there's going to be, like I said, this Mercury retrograde is definitely in Sagittarius, and I think it does go into Scorpio at some point. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll have to double check that. But because of the fact that Sagittarius has, sort of this very blunt energy, and Scorpio has this very secretive energy, secrets could be spilled. And that is on the, I feel like that's playing out. I said this in, I believe in the Mercury retrograde one, and I said this in the full moon reading that I did as well. And I think that theme is going to continue. So let's see, we have pile number 1, 2, and 3. So number 1 is this optical calcite, which is amazing because it actually clarifies situations. When you have optical calcite, that's the energy. We have shungite. Shungite is about purifying things. It purifies water. It purifies EMF. It purifies electromagnetic frequency activity, and it also purifies our aura. And then we have black tourmaline, which is an amazing stone for clearing negativity, not only from our aura, but from our environment. So without further ado, pile number 1, 2, and 3, and let's get into it. Okay, pile number 1 with this optical calcite. Let's see what we have. We always do the tarot first with the oracle cards. And I always list the cards below. The Hangman. Yeah. You might be going through a period of indecision. The Fool. Wow, look at all these major arcana. And Ten of Swords. There is something that you need to process. It feels as if what you need to process is an emotion or a feeling. Yeah, this feels like a lot of deep work. There's a lot of shadow work happening especially during Mercury retrograde. A lot of people are being called to, do this very Jungian sort of introspection of who you are as a person, what that means, how you show up in the world, how people perceive you, and really sort of, I would say, solidifying your sense of self, right? Accepting the parts of yourself that you can't change, and accepting the parts of yourself that feel unlovable, accepting the parts of yourself even that aren't loved by other people. That is one of the themes of this particular pile number 1. And yeah, I definitely feel there's a sense of indecision, but it's almost like you're in turmoil over something. Yeah. And with this Ten of Swords, I feel like even you might be having nightmares. You might be having, I feel like one of the things you're doing is you're coming out of a situation that was very painful. It might have been a breakup. It might have been a betrayal of some kind. Or during Mercury retrograde, this has come upon you. And now you're like frozen with this Hangman. You don't know what to do. The Fool in reverse suggests it's not a good time to be impetuous, even though you want to be impetuous. Maybe if you've been hurt, you want to lash out. Maybe if you've been broken up, you want to just dump everything and leave your space. But maybe that's not the best thing, especially in this economy. Maybe you have to hunker down and hold tight. If you're in a long-term relationship, you might have to share different sides of the house. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. Yeah. And there's a warning in this, and it's if you have been betrayed in the past, there is a warning to not become so distrustful of people that your heart chakra becomes closed down, that you close down your heart to other people. But if this is a recent thing, you might need to go into that protective space for a little bit. And for some of you, this is old, and for some of you, this is recent, is what I'm getting. And if it's old, you're sort of like, how do I heal this? That's the hang up. How do I move forward with and trust with this Fool in reverse, knowing what happened, knowing how it was betrayed or hurt by somebody you really cared about, right? And if this just happened, you're sort of frozen with indecision. You don't know what to do. And because it's Mercury retrograde, with this optical calcite especially, don't, fools rush in. Do not, that's why that's the song that always comes up in the vibe that always comes up with Fool in reverse. Do not let your emotions get the better of you. This is the time to sort of withdraw, come into that hermit energy, and make a plan of action. Spend some time nursing your wounds with this Ten of Swords. That's okay. That's okay. For those of you who it's been a while since this betrayal has happened, you've probably been nursing your wounds too long and you need to open yourself back up to life. For those of you that it just happened around Mercury retro and it's fresh, you probably do need some time to nurse your wounds. And then after you've taken some time, ask yourself, okay, so how do I make a path forward? Let's see what comes up. Patience and perseverance, Alcade. Good things take time. Growth does not happen overnight. You're being told to basically hold your horses a little bit, even though the situation might feel untenable. And I'm coming at this with so much compassion. So I'm not saying stay in a terrible situation. If it's definitely dangerous, definitely do not stay there. Definitely make a plan. But if it's not safe, if it's safe physically but emotionally hard, you might need to make a choice about, okay, how do I move from point A to point B before I just jump? Roundabout, community connections, new direction, keep it moving, controls the flow of information, solutions, circular reasoning, fluid, many working parts, perfect timing. This is many working parts. That must be a misspellation. Misspellation. Oh my God, I'm so Mercury retro right now. That must be a misspelling. Many working parts, many working parts. However, some of you, this energy feels female, like maybe you're leaving a man, or a man has left, or has caused the issue of this breakup. Many working parts, perfect timing, redirect. Perfect timing and redirect. It's telling you, and yeah, and this is in Gemini 3. I feel like the full moon in Gemini, right after retro, is going to be a good time for you to enact any plans you make and to release any situations. But first, use Mercury retrograde to figure out what you need to do. If it is not a safe situation, definitely try and move in with somebody that you know. Don't be too proud to move in with your parents. But I think the situation is coming. It's either the betrayal is happening, you're processing this, or the situation has come to an end and it's time to release. Let go. I am within perfect possibility. Dark moon. Yes, the Scorpio new moon is going to give you the courage to let go. Pile number 1. Yeah. That's the message I have for you. This is definitely a situation that you need to release and let go of. If it's an old wound, you need to focus on the path forward to healing. If it's a new wound, you need to focus on how do I get out of this harmful situation so that I can go towards the healing, if that makes sense. And optical calcite is a great stone to give you not only clarity, but to give you a sense of planning. It's a great stone when you're confused and you don't know what to do next. It'll give you a sense of clarity and it'll help you formulate a plan. Keep optical calcite on you. Put it on your third eye. Put it on your heart chakra in the middle of your chest. Put it on your root chakra with black tourmaline or some other grounding stone to ground that energy into the reality. And that is what I have for you, pile number 1. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and comment below with the black heart emoji, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 2 with this Shungite. Let's get started on your tarot. See what comes up. So many swords. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. 5 of Wands. What I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is stale ideas, and with the 5 of Wands is dissent. There's a lot of arguing. I'm getting somebody who might be at odds with their family or friends group in regards to ideas and opinions about life, literally philosophy. And with this 9 of Swords, this is really tearing you up inside, but you are the one that has the power in this situation, because the power that you have is to walk away. Yeah. And things will come to light during this Scorpio new moon that feel more hopeful than you felt in a long time. You'll feel more sure than you felt in a long time, because you know what you need to do, but you're afraid to do it. And what you need to do is cut loose that is dragging you down. And I feel like it is dissent around ideas. It could be politics, religion, a combo of the two, philosophy about life. For some of you, it's like you're young and maybe your family wants you to like go into the family business, or maybe get married young and you don't want to, or maybe you want to get married and you're like younger than you would. Then they're like, oh no, I want you to be like 25 and settled, and maybe you're like 21, not quite settled, but have like a job prospect, and you're like, I want to go to trade school. Whatever it is, they have your family and or friends have this view of what your life should be like, and it does not line up with the way you want your life to be. Let's see. Reconciliation, serenity. In order to be approached by others, you must first encounter your anger. So, yeah, this is going to go with the Five of Wands. You have a lot of rage about this situation, a lot of anger, and some of it might be justified. But in order for you to, I guess, take a stand, take a calm and collected stand, you have to face your anger first. And you have to alchemize your anger into action. You're angry and frustrated because you refuse to take action. And so that makes you lash out at the people around you. It's not necessarily them, even though partially it is, because they're the ones that are like, telling you should do this. But really, you're angry at yourself. Pile number 2. Because you won't stand up to them and just do what you're going to do. Empty nest, moving on. Oh, yeah. No one home, cycle completion. Empty nest, moving on. No one home, cycle completion. Emptiness, final endings, beginnings, the void. Vacant, separation, making adjustments, lonely, new life, graduating. Yes, some of you are graduating and your family wants you to be, I guess what they want you to be. This with the 8, this has an 8 of Cups energy. You're moving away from outdated beliefs. The new moon in Scorpio is showing you who you really are, and it's showing you who the people around you really are. And it's not only is it an ending, but it's a new beginning. What feels like scary and unknown and scary and unknown is a new beginning for you. You're going to have to make adjustments. There might have been some ultimatums given to you, like, oh, you have to get out of my house, or oh, and you, if that is the case, I highly encourage you to try and reach out to as many resources as possible, libraries, community groups. And I know this is a terrible time right now because of how everything is in the government right now, especially if you're in North America. But you might need to get on assistance programs as you can, or find community outreach help programs if there's no assistance available, from the government. You might have to reach out to like shelters and soup kitchens and things like that. That's the vibe that I'm getting in order for you to take a stand. And it could be hard at first. For some of you, it won't be as hard. It'll be more of the separation, the loneliness, the trying to find a new tribe, trying to find a new found family if the family that you grew up with no longer supports your lifestyle, whatever that may be. And I feel like for some, it's a lot of different things. For some of you, it might be you're part of the LGBTQA community. For others of you, it might be some other kind of lifestyle change or opinions that you hold about politics or religion that you will not compromise on, and and maybe you feel theirs are immoral in some way. So, and that it doesn't stand, what they feel doesn't hold up to your personal values. I accept that here now I'm exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning, waxing crescent. Yeah, sometime after the new moon and the waxing crescent period, going towards full moon in Gemini, you're going to find that you need to not only accept where you are, this is, accepting what is, but also accepting, like, not only where you are, but who you are, right? Accepting yourself exactly as you are, and knowing that life is a journey, and all of these things are lessons that your life is teaching you. Of course, when you're going through it, it's not as, it's not fun when you're going through it. But when you get out on the other side and you actually have a new beginning that you're starting, and it's a little scary, but you're starting fresh, there is a certain hopefulness to that. And I want you to hang on to that and know that Spirit is guiding you in a direction that will be authentic and true to your being and not to anybody else's ideal. Pile number 2. Well, that is what I have for you. Shungite crystal is going to be really good for clearing out your aura, for confusion, and for clearing out negativity. It's going to be really good for purifying your thoughts. Pile number 2, so that you can think more clearly and not under the influence of other people's thoughts and opinions. And that is all that I have for you. If it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and comment below with a black heart emoji. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, last but not least, pile number 3 with this black tourmaline. Let's see what the cards have in store. Ace of Swords. There's so much sword energy. Queen of Swords. 5 of Swords. Wow. There is some kind of harsh criticism going on. Yeah. It feels like it is coming from a feminine energy. Yeah. From a feminine energy. It's a very sharp energy. It's very strident. Maybe it's like a mother or a grandmother or an aunt. It's somebody whose opinion you respect. Yeah. Yeah. This is another, some of you might be drawn to pile number 2. This has another flavor of ideas, but it's more targeted. It's like, we're in pile number 2, there's these philosophies and things you're fighting, you're sort of like essentially fighting for your own sense of self. And this one, it's more so that there's a harsh critical energy from a feminine energy person in your life. Whether they be male, female, or any of the gender spectrums in between, they present as feminine energy. Or what we've come to know as feminine energy. And they have these ideas. And they have these, like, feelings about you. And I feel like you're taking it too much to heart. Whereas the other one was a group of people. This is one person in particular. And it's really, like, sort of cutting into your sense of self-worth. They have this very biting way about them, and it takes you to task, to be honest. It makes you feel chastised. Yeah. And with this Ace of Swords in reverse, it's like their way or the highway type of thinking, and like you don't have a say. That's the vibe I get out of this. It's intense. Let's see what comes up. Freedom and liberation. You have outgrown your own skin. Now it's time to utilize your wings. Look at this in the Crow Tarot. I think it's saying that you need to put some distance between yourself and this person. It might not be an all-out battle, although it might be with this 5 of Swords energy. But I'm getting more so that Swords energy is kind of cold. So you're taking away this, you're taking this intellectual, mental, respectful distance from this person. And in doing so, it's liberating you from their thoughts and opinions about you. Yeah, you might be really drawn to pile number 2. Birdcage, possessive, codependent, clinging, restless, oblivious, controlled, seeing anyway, want freedom without consent, dominion watched, hostage, confined, jealous, trapped, predator. This person, this female energy, it's giving very much stage mom vibes. It's giving very much narcissistic mom. Yeah. They have a codependent relationship with you. And they want things to be their way or the highway. It's a control thing. It's not so much about caring so much as it is about owning. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. Owning, controlling, possessing. Um, you're their child. This might be a child, mom, a mom, uh, a mother-child situation or a grandmother-grandchild situation. I'm getting like, I don't know if you've ever watched the Gilmore Girls or whatever. Remember how the mom is, Lorelai's mom is? That's the energy I'm getting. And Lorelai in that situation was like not always mature, right? But in this situation, you need to be the mature one. You need to be the one. Unfortunately, because and it's gonna like really, it might even trigger you that you have to, because maybe you had to when you were younger. Some of you, this is like a childlike mom that wants all the attention. And for others of you, this is the authoritarian parent. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, your throat chakra is really closed because I can't stop coughing. And this usually happens when I'm talking about somebody whose throat chakra is closed. You've not been allowed to express yourself. That's why this sword energy is coming up. Yeah, maybe you get ready to talk and they interrupt. Oh, that's not, or you are so silly. Yeah, this is the vibe. That's what makes this different from the pile two, to be honest, although you might be drawn to pile number two. This is very specific. A person that every other person in your life is fine, but this person, it doesn't really have anything to do with ideological disputes as much as it does with you as a person. That's the difference between this one and pile number two, although you might be drawn to pile number two. It's that they want to essentially control you. Yeah. So I seek truth and act upon my realizations, waxing crescent. In many cases, they gaslight you. And when somebody gaslights you, the best thing to do is to make a documentation of every time you have an interaction with that person for a while. And then when they say something, go back over your notes. When they make you doubt yourself, and you can call them out on it if you want to, but it's more about you. But if you're going to call them out on it, make sure you have at least 7 different, examples. Like, don't just call them out on the first time. Wait, document, and then document when the gaslighting occurred and what happened and the circumstances, like 5 or 6 times. And then when they finally do it like 7 times, say no. Listen, on October 5th, blah, blah, blah. It's going to blow them away, to be honest. And don't do this for them. It's for you. It's for you so that you'll know you're not crazy. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's very much, this person might try to steamroll you. They might try to tell you, oh, you don't know what's good for you. But the thing is, one of the things you need to do is just make yourself scarce. It's just to release this person from your life as much as possible. They might be somebody that you can't completely release. Maybe they're a mom or a grandmother. Maybe you're their caregiver and you're like the only person that takes care of them. It might be somebody you can't completely release, but you do have to release as much as possible. Disassociate your emotional and mental energy as much as possible. Release the energy that you put in thinking about them and all of that. The documenting, again, even the documenting, don't put any energy trying to prove it to them. This is about proving it to yourself. Center yourself in this relationship, because it might be very narcissistic and that person might center their self all the time. Make sure you center yourself. If they gaslight you, say that's simply not true. I don't accept that. You can say things like that. I don't accept what you say. You can say it if you like. It's your right to say it. I don't accept that explanation. There's things like that you can say to sort of put yourself back on firm footing. And also don't buy into the attention. There's so many different channels on YouTube for gaslighting and narcissistic people. Please subscribe to one of them, because I think you might be dealing with one of them, pile number 3, or somebody that at the very least, is controlling and overrides everything you have to say. So that is all that I have for you. I wish you all the best. Blessings, peace, positive vibes. Black tourmaline is what you can use to counteract negativity and to stay grounded and centered within yourself and to counteract some of the gaslighting as well. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and comment below with the black heart emoji. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Stay safe, take care, and sending so much blessings to you, pile number 3. See you in the next one.